Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again here at my desk. Thank you so much for your very valuable time. Hope that wherever you're at, you're having a wonderful day. Today's something a little different, Transformers related. So, the last couple of months, I've been looking for a good way to display my Autobot ARC figure. And that means this big guy over here. I've done a video review on this guy before, and normally when he sits in my display case, or actually above one of my shelves, I normally display it as you see it on the right here on the video, right up and down, which I don't really have an issue. He's on the upper shelf, so for the most part, it looks like he's kind of launching into space, and the arc's about to take off. No big deal. But recently, I've been trying to look for a different way to have this display for it to look kind of like it's flying. So, of course, off to the internet I went, and some Googling happened. And then before I knew it, I ended up with something like this. I'll put a link in the description to this, but essentially, this is an acrylic stand made to display the arc specifically in sort of like a flight mode. Obviously, I just want to mention I'm not affiliated, I'm not the seller. I bought this with my own money. Just kind of figure I'd throw a video up there for anyone who may be interested in one of these. I initially, when I was looking, as I said, for a way to display this guy, not I at least I couldn't find much. But I know from what I saw is some folks do also display this the art sort of like down, and perhaps they take one of these feet here and essentially sort of display it like this, which is it's a cool option. It's very viable. It actually looks like, you know, almost like that way in the show, right? You can maybe do something like this where it looks like a kind of crash, which is really cool. The main reason for me wanting to put this in sort of like a flying sort of pose is also because the way I had it, you couldn't really see the intakes, which really have this nice blue like color. Also, for those of you who are fans of Transformers, if you've been sort of looking or paying attention to the recent announcements by Hasbro, is they're making a Nemesis. So, I started looking for ways to put sort of like this big guy here in sort of like a flight. So, as I said, it led me to this thing. Again, bought this off of eBay. Just trying to see how this will look. So this is essentially what you get in the box. It came very well packaged. Other than this, it was in a cardboard box with some styrofoam, like popcorn looking things. So it was very well packaged. No instructions, but I'm assuming this is simple enough that you really don't need instructions. To give a good idea of the size of this is almost the size of a US license plate. So that's pretty much what it reminds me of. So as you can see, this thing comes here packaged in some wrap. Now I know other folks may have other ways of displaying this guy. I know I'm pretty sure somebody out there with some imagination may have built something themselves. But for me, I kind of just like buying something pre-made rather than trying to figure something out. I'm a bit lazy like that. So you guys can see, let's see what we got here. Comes in 3 pieces. Based on my search, this particular stand comes in 2 flavors. So it comes in one where the art can be displayed almost like flying, but straight horizontal. Or they also sell a banked version, so essentially looks like it's tilting to one side. That's what I got because I wanted to give it a bit of a dynamic stance while it looks like it's flying. So you get those 2 pieces, which I'm assuming are meant to sort of prop up the arc itself. And then you get the base itself. As you guys can see, there is an awesome, actually really nice looking Autobot logo there. And it says ARC. And again, this is about the size of a US license plate. But pretty cool. This material, all of here, needs to be peeled off. Same thing here. You guys can see actually some of the material already started coming off, at least as far as the peel. So I'll go ahead and take all this material off of it, and I'll show you the next steps. Okay, so finally got through the mess there of taking off all the wrapping on the pieces. These are really nicely done. It's pretty thick acrylic, and it's nice, scratch free, so no issues there. Awesome logo. As far as putting it together, I did have to go back to the eBay listing to see exactly how these pieces would fit in, but essentially with the bottom plate facing the way it is, the smaller leg goes here on the right, and essentially there are just sections here that will go that you kind of push in there. Just trying to get a good once it's in, it's in. Same thing here. Okay, so the left side here was a lot easier going in than the right, but it's kind of nice and secure. And that's essentially what it looks like now. So the next thing would be to place the arc here. So I'm going to try to give you guys a better angle here. Okay, so now we're going to attempt to put the arc here on the stand. But essentially these sections here, these back parts on the arc are going to sit here towards the back. And then on the front here, there's some sections here that are specifically meant for this part towards the front to go in there. So I will attempt to start here from the back and placing those in. And it looks like it sits in place pretty well. And then the front like that. And I'll give you a closer look right now. But right now, this is essentially what I was looking for. It looks pretty cool, just sitting there in the bank position. Okay, so to give you a bit of a closer look as to how this goes on the stand, towards the front, this is how I have it on there. It's pretty secure. It's not going anywhere. And yeah, it just kind of sits like that. There's the grooves kind of fit in really well. It's pretty secure. And on the back, essentially like this. And as you guys can see, I am moving this around without much issue. And this is precisely what I was looking for in a stand. It's a pretty simple acrylic stand. I think I paid something like 37 something dollars, which may seem a lot, but again, I just wanted something pretty simple and right away rather as well. Something not too complicated. I'm sure folks out there can find a solution for this, if you wanted to display this whichever way. But for me, this definitely works, and I'll be putting this up on my shelf. Pretty good quality acrylic, no scratches, came well packaged. I guess the only downside is I guess if you wanted to display this down low, the Autobot logo is kind of covered up by the arc, but doesn't bother me. Again, I'll be placing this in a upper shelf, so I really won't see the Autobot logo. And it's also more of a bonus, the fact that they included that. The stand itself, again, seems pretty sturdy. Again, I'm moving this. It doesn't look like the arc's going anywhere. So I would say, yeah, this is a pretty good option for folks out there who may be looking to get something. Again, I am not affiliated with the person or company that made this. I just decided to post a video for anyone out there that may be interested, like me, who may be looking for an option on how to display their arc in some kind of flight mode. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If I missed anything, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you so much for, watching my videos. Perhaps watch one of the other ones. But if you made it to the end of the video, again, thank you so much for your very valuable time. And I will see you during the next video. Take care.